Unit 5, practice test number 3, quadratic equations. Problem 13. I'm asked to find the y-intercepts and the x-intercepts again, just like in problem 12. But now I have the standard form of the equation. Changes things a little bit, but it's still the same idea. The y-intercept is what happens when x equals 0. And if I have 6 times 0, I get 0, 0 squared. I end up with my y-intercept equal to the negative 6. A lot of people don't even have to write that out. It's straightforward to get the y-intercept. The x-intercepts are once again where y equals 0. And to answer this question, we have to go to the quadratic formula or completing the square. We cannot factor this. It's not something we can factor, but we can use the other methods. You've seen quadratic formula quite a bit. I'm going to show you how to do the completing the square on this one, just so you see that again. But we're finding the zeros. X-intercepts are the same as the zeros. The x's that make y 0. When we complete the square, we need a perfect square trinomial, which means I have to take this negative 6, divide it by 2, I get negative 3. I square the negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. So I add 9 to both sides of my equation. 15 equals, now I have to factor this. And once again, I'm going to show you how I factor it. Hopefully you get to the point where you see how it's going to end up being factored. I need to multiply to get positive 9. I need to add to get negative 6. If I multiply and get a positive, I can have 2 positives or 2 negatives. But since I'm going to add to get negative 6, I want 2 negatives. The things that multiply to give me 9 are 3 and 3. X times negative 3 plus negative 3 times x. When I combine like terms, I get negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3 gives me a positive 9. So when I factor it, I get x minus 3 times x minus 3. I'm going to rewrite that just as x minus 3 squared. That way I can take the square root of both sides and say that the square root of 15 equals x minus 3, or the negative square root of 15 equals x minus 3. Square root of 15 is about 3.9. I'm going to call it 3.9. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Once again, I'm just solving for x. 3.9 plus 3, 6.9. Or negative 3.9 plus 3 is negative 0.9. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so I just have x equal negative 0.9. My x-intercepts are 6.9 and negative 0.9.